Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. It is good to see you today. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Good to see you, good to see you. My name is Sophie, for those of you who may not know. You can always call me Starry if you would like as well. I am your friendly tarot reader for today. I can answer any of your questions, with the exception of medical and or legal questions. My basic menu of readings can be found at the top of the chat. And as I mentioned, I can answer any of your questions. I answer a lot of love and romance questions, a lot of finance, career questions, spiritual questions, and I offer mini readings starting at a donation of $7.77 if you use Cashapp, Venmo, or PayPal. Or if you need to use SuperChat, it's $9.99. And that consists of one question and 5 cards. I also offer a full reading, which is $14.14 unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it is $20.20. And that consists of 10 cards. That can be 1 question or 2 5-card questions. And then I also offer an expanded reading, which is $21.21 unless you need to use SuperChat, which is $29.29. And that can be 1 full question, or it can be split into 2, 1 10-card, 1 5-card, or split into 3 5-card readings. And so I answer all sorts of questions. Again, as long as it's not legal or medical, we're totally cool. But I have other menu options for your reading pleasure. As I mentioned, I get a lot of romance questions. A lot of my clients come to me asking, how does so-and-so think about me? How do they feel about me? And for that, I almost always suggest my OG love reading. I've been doing that since I started reading professionally. It essentially answers 3 questions, or 5 questions in one. It consists of 5 rows. It tells you what your current energies are in the connection, their current general energies are in the connection, and most importantly, what their current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards you are. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in a romantic context. I've definitely used that reading for people's friends, family members, neighbors, coworkers, you name it. It really runs the gamut. And that's at no additional donation amount. It's just a suggestion for a reading. And then I'm also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who've passed on. If that is something that you are interested in, please let me know before sending your donation. I do need to know their name and their date of birth, their date of passing, and their relation to you, just so I can ensure that I can get in contact with them. It's super helpful if you can send a photograph, but it's not mandatory. And that is $35.35 unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it's $50.50. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. Those are a nice little blend of romance and spirituality. It essentially confirms if somebody in your life is indeed a soulmate of yours, and it can be asked in one of 2 different ways. We can ask your spirit guides and your angels and messengers directly if the person in question is indeed a soulmate of yours, and if the answer is yes, they'll explain why. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. And then conversely, we can also ask if they give their divine blessing towards this person in your life, and if the answer is yes, then they are indeed a soulmate. And their divine blessing is definitely not something easily attained and not something to be taken lightly. Those are very, very fascinating, very, very in-depth, and those are $16.16 unless you need to use SuperChat, in which they are $23.23. I also do past life regression readings. I've been studying past life regression for many, many, many years since I was very, very young. Past life regression therapy. I've been regressed myself. I've regressed others using meditation, guided meditation. And then a couple of years into my professional reading experience, I realized I was channeling people's past lives. So that's something that I offer now. It doesn't have to be asked with the intent of, what past life of mine is the most, what's going to help, what is most similar to my challenges in my life now. It can really be asked with any intent. And it never ceases to be fascinating. And they're great. They really can really illuminate a lot of our like irrational fears or unknown desires, things like that. And that is $19.19, unless you need to use SuperChat, which it is $27.27. And then I also offer private readings. I offer 2 different types of private readings. I offer them by appointment over Zoom, and those are great for reasons of convenience. It's on your schedule, and it's private, unlike on a live stream. So if it's something that you don't want publicly displayed, that's great. Really works for that, and you can give me all the context and backstory that you need. It's one-on-one, and it's essentially what you're seeing here. It's the cards, and you see me, you hear me. I can hear you, I can see you if that's something you want. And yeah, that is by appointment only, and there's no limit to the number of answers that we can do for you. There's no limit to the number of cards that we pull. I really recommend it for all my clients at least once, but especially if you're dealing with something that's very multifaceted and you need a one-on-one with me, I really recommend that. And then I also offer private readings at no additional donation amount. I offer those. You just send me your donation whenever you need with your question, and I can get back to you within 1 to 3 hours. At the very latest, 24 hours, but I can usually do it a lot sooner than that. And that's at no additional donation amount. And I do those typed over Instagram over voice memos over Instagram or typed over email. And those are great, again, for reasons of convenience. If you don't see me online and you have a question you need to answer, I'm here for you. I highly recommend those, especially, for if you also have reasons of privacy that you don't want your information on a YouTube stream. I totally understand it. I also offer that. And with that being said, the donation queue is currently open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you so much. Hey Felicia, how's it going? Sorry. How are you, love? Thank you. Yeah, it's chakra balancing music. Or what is this? Yeah, it's I usually play chakra balancing. I started playing chakra balancing music now. There's a lull. What is this? Yeah, this eliminates all negative thoughts and activates all 7 chakras. So lately I've been using root chakra balancing music, just because I feel like my root chakra is not as aligned as it should be, and it's been really helping, and hopefully helping the collective. How are you doing, love? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Today was my day off at my other job, so I caught up on some sleep. I was so exhausted. I had my class last night, and I was like, at first I was like wide awake, and then like halfway through, I just got so tired. I stayed the whole time, but I was exhausted by the time I got home, and yeah, I slept. I slept quite late, but thankfully I had the availability to do so. A lot of people I know have been really tired lately, just like energy wise. Maybe I need to rebalance my solar plexus too. Yeah, the years just pass by. They really do. But that's really cool, love. That's awesome. So he goes to school in near Cleveland. That's very awesome. When are you leaving? Or when is his school year end? Oh wow, that seems really early. I thought well, it's really different for every school. Some classes, some semesters start earlier in the year than others. Like some of the schools that I work for are ending, yeah, like early May. Some are ending like later May. What does he know what he's majoring in? Oh, you may have told me that before. Wow, that's a really intense and very good major. Wow, very promising. What a smart guy. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I have no doubt that he is love. I have no doubt he's lovely. I have no doubt all your kids are absolutely lovely. They're raised by you. Are all of them in college? Three are, and oh, one's already finished. Okay. Very cool. The one that has graduated, are they? When did they graduate? 2 years ago. Very cool. Are they working in their field? Because that's what I remember was difficult when I graduated. It was hard to find work in my field, but I also had a very niche field. Hi, Aries Sun. Absolutely, I am taking donations. Yeah, the donation queue is open, so whoever donates next, if you were to donate, you would be read for it now. Thank you so much. She moved to Hollywood, but is back in O now. Gotcha. Yeah, Hollywood's definitely not everyone's cup of tea. It's not definitely not for everyone, for sure. What did she major in? And thank you so much for your donation. Thank you, Liz. Let me go ahead, add you here. And please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Psych and Human Resources. Oh, awesome. Do I see communication from Pisces? What is the Pisces name, love? And what is your your Aries Aries Sun? Yeah. Ray. Okay. Ancient masters and spirit guides. Ray Ray be reaching out to Liz in the future? Ancient masters and spirit guides. Will Ray be reaching out to Liz? Do you want to give this a time frame, Liz? Do you want to ask if you guys will speak like within the next month or within the next year? Or do you just want to ask in general if you and him will communicate again? Or is it you and he? Not quite sure. Should know. Just in general. Okay. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Liz and Ray communicate again? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Liz and Ray communicate again? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Liz and Ray communicate again? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Liz and Ray communicate again? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Liz and Ray communicate again? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Liz and Ray communicate again? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Liz and Ray communicate again? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Liz and Ray communicate again? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Liz and Ray communicate again? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, will Liz and Ray communicate again? Four of Wands reversed, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Wands reversed, Seven of Swords, and Knight of Swords reversed. It's not something that's, it's one of those, unfortunately, it's one of those questions where I can't give it a solid yes or no. But based on the current energies, it is likely. However, it's not the type of, it's I don't know how long it's been since the two of you last communicated. I don't know how well you know one another, but I see something duplicitous. I see something manipulative in his possible future communication with the Seven of Swords and Knight of Swords reverse. I see disharmony in communication, potential future communication with this Four of Wands reversed. I also, when I mentioned earlier, if you wanted to give it a time frame, which you decided against, which is totally fine. We actually do have a card that is very indicative of time with this Three of Wands reverse. Three of Wands is patience, and usually delays proving necessary. So I don't see it happening in the near future is one thing. I do see it. It is definitely a possibility, and I don't mean that in just like, yeah, because of free will it can happen. I do see it as being on his mind, but it's in terms of his intentions, they're not pure, they're not warm. So I don't know if that's something you've noticed in his communication in the past, but with this Queen of Pentacles, he does still think about you. You are still on his mind. And I'm not trying to say that he thinks about you in like a mean way, but things are on his terms. He's very controlling. And it often results in possibly subconscious manipulation or conscientious manipulation. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. You're very welcome. You're very welcome, Liz. I appreciate you, and I hope everything works out, regardless of what happens moving forward here. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. Oops, wrong. So the donation queue is once again open. So if you have a question that you would like me to answer for you, I am here for you. Thank you very much. Oh, I told Felicia. Ah. And if Felicia's still here, or if anyone's here and just wants to chat, I'm more than happy to chat. Just FYI, if you're still here, Felicia, or anyone else, I'm happy to chat. Just bouncing my chakras. Keeping them aligned. Felicia is here. Hello. Sorry, I didn't have my thing open. Hi, hi, Wendy and Felicia. Hey, ladies. Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? Well, I know how Felicia's doing. How you doing, Miss Wendy? I'm doing well, thank you. Been a little tired today and yesterday, especially yesterday. But I definitely got to catch up on some sleep, much needed sleep today. Just got home, getting ready to get sushi dinner. Oh, nice! I had sushi on Sunday night. My favorite sushi place is, there's 3 of them in San Francisco, and one of the locations is literally like right across the street from my house, and they have the best sushi. So good. I'm going there again with my friend next week. Different locale, but same restaurant. Girl, I'm not even kidding. The more I look at this little dolly, the more I'm tempted to just head over to Pop Mart. It's tempting. There's literally one like 5 minutes from like a 5-minute drive from my house. Now I understand your warning. Those things are addictive. I had a dream that I got the one that I'm really coveting. I literally dreamt that. I know. Maybe one more. If I had a dream, I want to test my dream. I want to see if that was a prophetic dream or a pathetic dream. But I had a dream that I got. I also had a dream. All I remember about my dream last night, which was very long because I slept for a while, was that I remember getting the dolly I wanted, and I had an iPod, like one of the first generations from like way back in the day. I'm wondering. And in my dream, I remember I picked like a specific, like I saw like a full box, which they like, they keep them full on display, and I picked like the 6th or like the 4th from like the second row. I'm gonna try that. Gives me an excuse, right? Hypothetically, I could just go on eBay and specifically buy that one, and it would be the same price. But there's something to be said about the excitement. I didn't realize that because people buy, repeats and then they'll sell them online, but then the surprise is gone. But then you also avoid the repeat commando. Has Samuel returned yet? No, I heard that he'll be coming back in a little over 2 weeks. I'll be back that same week, I guess. So when do you leave? So will there be like a crossover, is what you're saying? Oh, damn, next Friday, that's so exciting! And you'll be back the week after. Okay. I thought we would miss each other while I would be out and he would be here, but his plans changed. Oh, vey. Ugh. Universe. Coincidence. Why? That's a bummer. It's nothing you can't handle. And you're going to Portugal. Hey. Love that. What? My friend told me that his British friend moved to Porto and gave me his info in case I want to meet up with him for drinks. That man looked so much like Samuel. Oh, crazy. Oh, let's hope he's just not like Samuel, or like Samuel in all the good ways, but it's different in the ways that we need him to be. Even my coworkers were like, wait, why does that look like Samuel? Guess you got a type, girl. You like those Brits. You love those Brit boys. I do too, girl. I mean, I love those Jewish boys. I need to find myself a Jewish British guy. That would be a dream. Jewish French guys too. Yeah, Frenchmen in general. Spaniards. They're Spanish guys are so beautiful. Oh my god. They're really difficult to tell if they're gay or straight though. They dress so well. They're so well kept. I'm not gonna reach to that guy. I want to be international this solo trip and use my alone time to listen to my intuition. Yes, I feel like they treat women well. They do, by and large, Spanish guys. I'm sure there's some scoundrels for sure, but yeah, they're very warm people for sure. Yeah, I remember you telling me that, and I'm in full support of enjoying your solo time on this trip. Sorry, one sec. Yeah, I have never actually dated a British man. I don't even think I've been on a date with a British guy. No, I have not actually. They're probably not looking for another British girl, especially not a British American one. They love their banter and being emotionally suppressed. Yes, absolutely. The emotional suppression is real. Absolutely. So funny. Gotta run to dinner. Have a good night. Thank you, love. Thank you. You too. Yeah, a friend of mine from class has a Kabbalah group that he does every Thursday at 6, so I'm gonna be doing that tonight. Super excited. It's my first time there. He's such a sweetie pie. I told him I didn't do the reading. He was like, "It's okay. You can just drop by." I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, everybody, the donation queue is still currently open. As I mentioned just now, I am attending a class meeting with some friends at 6, so I will be on until then. Maybe a little earlier, who knows? But yeah, the donation queue is currently open. Thank you. Hello, Kaiser. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I am. The donation queue is currently open, so if you were to make a donation, you would be read for next. How are you doing? Thank you so much, Kaiser. Thank you, love. Were you interested? Did you have one question or did you have two? What's Erica's true current thoughts for me? The last time we saw each other, and what are her true intentions towards me? Do you want me to do the love spread, her current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards you at this time since she just saw you? So you want to ask what are true thoughts for you since the last time you saw each other, and then what are her true intentions towards you? Got you. Okay. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. What are Erica's current thoughts towards Kaiser since the last time they saw each other? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current thoughts towards Kaiser since they saw each other? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current thoughts towards Kaiser since they last saw each other? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current thoughts towards Kaiser since they last saw each other? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current thoughts towards Kaiser since they last saw each other? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current thoughts towards Kaiser since they last saw each other? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current thoughts towards Kaiser since they last saw each other? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current thoughts towards Kaiser since they last saw each other? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current thoughts towards Kaiser since they last saw each other? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current thoughts towards Kaiser since they last saw each other? Knight of Pentacles reversed, Six of Swords, Two of Cups reversed, Two of Pentacles, and the Hierophant reversed. I don't know when the last time you saw one another was, but and I don't know what happened when you guys saw each other. But it didn't have, she didn't have the best thoughts regarding the interaction. I want a little bit of clarity here with this Knight of Pentacles reversed. I don't know how, and I forget. I know I've read for you and her before, but I forget how long the two of you have known one another, what context it is, and if this is a friendship that you're hoping to take to the next level. I don't know what the context you guys saw each other was. But yeah, Knight of Pentacles reversed, and we're talking about interpersonal relationships, meetings, thoughts towards an interaction. it's usually feelings of like something was kind of stagnant or dull, or things are feeling like they're not moving forward, or she's thinking that things will likely stay where they are. But then we have this Six of Swords right next to it. Six of Swords is actually a card of separation. Six of Swords is about moving in one's boat and getting and moving away to somewhere else. I don't think that she wants you completely out of her life with this Two of Pentacles here. There is a part, well, she's kind of on the fence with this Two of Pentacles, kind of juggling between two thoughts. Do I want to keep him in my life, or do I want to end things? Do I want to walk away? Because there are reasons why she does like having you in her life, but she also doesn't. I don't think she sees where things at as being satisfying for you or possibly her. And I don't think she wants to move forward because I think she sees that there's a difference in what the two of you might be looking for with one another, with the Hierophant reversed. A misalignment in overall long-term values and goals. And then we have this Two of Cups reversed right here in the center. Again, I don't know. I forget if this is a relationship, if you guys are actively dating right now, or if this is a situationship / friendship that one of you or both of you is wanting to take to the next level. It does look like a one-sided thing. It does look like there is an imbalance here. And with the Two of Cups reversed, that's also an indicator of a lack of romantic feelings, which is also where I feel like if this is a friendship, I think she's fine with the friendship, but she's concerned that might not be good enough for you in the long term. Again, I don't recall how the exact context, the exact nature of this connection, because I know I've read for the two of you before, but it does look like there is an imbalance when it comes to interests and possible affections, and in what you're looking for and what Erica is looking for in the long term here. And then you wanted to know what her true intentions are towards you at this time. And she's a Pisces, and what is your sign again, Kaiser? Scorpio. Sorry, you're a Scorpio. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so what are her true intentions towards you currently? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Erica's current intentions towards Kaiser? Page of Swords reversed, the Lovers, Seven of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, and Two of Swords reversed. She's a coworker crush of mine, and we kind of got into a little argument last time we saw each other. Okay. Again, yeah, again, I'm not seeing that she wants to completely cut you out of her life, but I don't see any intentions of long-term growth or possibly, I mean, we do have this Lovers card, which does indicate harmony, but is often indicative of short-term harmony, or just like clearing the air, making sure that there's no hard feelings between the two of you. But I still don't see her wherever you guys are, or as far as you guys have really gone in your connection, or where it was the last time, like over the past month, she doesn't, I don't see her seeing it go further or wanting it to go further. But as of late, since the ending of last year, she told me she has a new man. I started staying away from her and stopped giving her attention. Okay. Yeah, and I see her pulling back, and I see her like intentionally pulling back. It's not, again, I don't see her like cutting you out of her life completely, but then she wants to be around me when I'm trying to stay away from her and giving her space. And I do see that as well too. I keep on repeating, she doesn't want to cut you out completely. Now that's telling me, and I picked up this a little bit in the last reading, but I wanted more clarity with this reading. I get the sense that she likes that you like her. She knows that you like her, and she likes the attention. She does like that. And especially when she's at work, and you know, work is work, it's a nice distraction. But when it comes to this connection growing in any way, she has some strong boundaries about getting to know you further and growing further with you. When it comes to the Page of Swords reversed, this Two of Swords reversed, she was a bit more on the fence, I feel, in the past, but I feel like she's more stubborn now. I don't see her intending to like grow in warmth towards you, because I also don't think she wants to intentionally mislead you. That's another thing. But with the Seven of Pentacles, yeah, and then the Seven of Pentacles right here in the center, she doesn't see potential for this growing. And I think there's also a fear too, and I've seen this not just with my clients, but with people I know and in my life as well. A lot of people are reticent to date people or grow a connection with someone who's a coworker of theirs, because if things don't work out, you guys still have to work together and see one another all the time. So I see her, again, not intending to cut you out of her life completely, but keeping it very, very surface level, not wanting this to go any deeper than it's been in the past. I don't see forward momentum here. I see someone who's drawn boundaries, and yeah, if she's in a connection, you know, even if she does want your attention, doesn't mean that she's not loyal. In terms of, you know, people still, it doesn't mean that it's right, but people still do flirt, and people still do garner attention from others, even if they're in relationships. Again, I'm not saying it's right, but it also isn't indicative of them wanting to leave that person for you. Sometimes it is, but that's just not what I'm seeing in the cards. What I'm seeing is, again, someone who doesn't want to cut you out completely. There's something that does keep them wanting you, and inevitably you are going to be in her life because you guys work together. So she doesn't want there to be disharmony and discord between the two of you because you guys have to work together. And she does like the attention. She does like that you like her. She can tell that. Um, and that's part of a distraction too. But I also don't see her wanting to grow in any way or take this deeper. Um, yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. Um, have you guys ever spent time outside of work, or is it just within the workplace? And thank you very much for your donation, Kaiser. I really appreciate you, and I hope I brought you clarity to the confusing situation there, difficult situation. But then she wants to. Oh, when I'm trying to stay away from her, give me. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. We did, but as a big work group kind of thing. Okay, okay, yeah, but not like one on one. Yeah, I mean, I'm always honest with everyone, and of course, I'm going to be honest with you. It just doesn't look very promising in terms of forward momentum or anything growing. Doesn't mean it's totally impossible. You know, the future is unwritten, but in terms of the current energies and in terms of just what you're telling me, it doesn't sound like she certainly doesn't sound consistent or decisive. She sounds decisive in terms of her energy that she's pulled away. But that was like a few years ago when all was better than what it is now. Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. I don't think I don't think she intends on returning to that. Um, as with I think I mentioned a few times, wherever you guys are at right now is likely where she wants to keep it. Um, she sees potential harm slash danger in taking anything further. Um, yeah, yeah. If someone's not, um, you know, actions do speak louder than words, and I know you're observing her actions right now, but um, yeah, love can make the most timid people, the most confused people move mountains and take action, and just looks like she's not taking action, doesn't want to. Um, but I also don't think she wants things to be on bad terms between the two of you either. Um, so the donation queue is currently open again. If anyone has a question, please go ahead and send your donation. You're very, very welcome, my friend. You are very welcome. Thank you. We just received a donation from Miss Tiffany. Thank you so much, girl, for your donation. Thank you. How are you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing well. I was super tired yesterday, but energy is back. And it's good to hear that you are doing good, girl. Did you have multiple questions, or did you want to do a full reading? Miss Tiffany, did you have one question or multiple questions? And you can just go ahead and post your first question. My first question, do you need to reach out to Lulu? I know he is ignoring me, but I can't shake him off. And what is your sign again, and what is Lulu's sign? So you wanted to do 3 5-card questions? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides. Does Tiffany need to reach out to Lulu? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, does Tiffany need to reach out to Lulu? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, does Tiffany need to reach out to Lulu? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, does Tiffany need to reach out to Lulu? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, does Tiffany need to reach out to Lulu? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, does Tiffany need to reach out to Lulu? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, does Tiffany need to reach out to Lulu? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, does Tiffany need to reach out to Lulu? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, does Tiffany need to reach out to Lulu? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, does Tiffany need to reach out to Lulu? You're an Aries and he's a Pisces. Okay. We have 2 of Cups, Strength, 2 of Wands, King of Wands, and Knight of Pentacles reversed. Yes. Yeah, and it's interesting how you phrased that question. You asked, do I need to reach out to Lulu? Not should I reach out to Lulu, but do I need to? And you also said, I know he is ignoring me, but I can't shake him off. Spirit is saying yes. you still clearly have feelings for him with this Two of Cups. Strength, you definite King of Wands, you definitely hold a torch for him. But also with this King of Wands, strength and Two of Cups is telling me you still have affections for him. And I'm not just saying that because you said you can't shake him off, but you still have deep affections for him, deep desire for him. And again, I know you said he's ignoring you and you can't shake it off. And Spirit is saying that this is a decision that you should likely go forward with. It's been on your mind. If you don't do it, you'll likely regret it. And you should go forth with. You should give it a shot. You should give it a shot if you really can't shake. And I don't know how long it's been since he started ignoring you, but if you really can't shake it off, Spirit's saying that you should go forth. But Spirit's also saying, with this Knight of Pentacles reversed, that this is taking a chance. You may not hear what you want to hear from him. It may result in him wanting to talk to you again and confessing feelings for you. It may not. It may result in him apologizing to you or rectifying things with you. But at the very least, even if it doesn't result in the two of you being together, at the very least, it would result in, I think, with what I'm hearing from your guides and what I'm seeing from the cards, it would at the very least restore a sense of grace and peace within you, so that if this is not meant to be, if he doesn't reciprocate, if he does continue ignoring you, or if he doesn't respond in a kind way, or in the way that, or in a disappointing way, it'll be easier for you to move on. I know that sounds like almost impossible. Like, how could anything be easier? How could it be easier to move on? But it would at the very least give you that clarity that would allow you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So Spirit's saying, yeah, you should. It is something that you should do. If anything, just to clear the air within your energies, and your thoughts in your mind. But it's definitely going to bring clarity. It also might bring clarity in the sense of, in something that is not disappointing, something that actually ends up being, you guys might end up talking again and reuniting. It could really go either way. But Spirit is saying it's something that is definitely worth taking a chance on, which is not something I normally see when someone's ignoring someone. So that's telling me that there's definitely, I feel like there's definitely things that need to be discussed. At the very least, there's things that need to be discussed still between the two of you that could possibly lead to growth. At the very least, an end to this ignoring one another, or him ignoring you. So yeah, Spirit is saying yes. You need to reach out to him. It would definitely be in your best interest. And what is your second question, though? Does he think about me? How long has it been since you guys talked last? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, does Lulu currently think about Tiffany? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, does Lulu currently think about Tiffany? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, does Lulu currently think about Tiffany? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, does Lulu currently think about Tiffany? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, does Lulu currently think about Tiffany? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, does Lulu currently think about Tiffany? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, does Lulu currently think about Tiffany? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, does Lulu currently think about Tiffany? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, does Lulu currently think about Tiffany? Angels, Messengers, and Spirit Guides, does Lulu currently think about Tiffany? Since March, okay. And were you guys dating? The Fool reversed, the Sun reversed, Five of Swords reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, and Three of Pentacles. He's trying very hard to not think about you. Does that mean that you, and I'm not saying that you don't pop up into his mind, because you do, but the second that you pop up into his mind, he goes into let me explain. He goes into knee-jerk reaction and is like, no, I don't want to think about her. It hurts him to think about you. This Fool reverse card, he's trying to prevent hurt, because when he does think about you, he starts to feel feelings of defeat with this Five of Swords reversed, and he's a Pisces. Pisces in general feel a lot more than other signs. Pisces women, we are biologically wired to feel more and process emotions better. Pisces men have a really difficult time with it. And I see that here with this Queen of Swords reversed too. These are both cards of feelings of defeat. And they're also swords. Swords are the realm of the mind. You asked if he thinks about you. Just because they're reversed doesn't mean he doesn't think about you, because these definitions of these cards, Queen of Swords reversed is feeling like badly about feeling badly about how things happen, feeling resentful, feeling hurt about the past, and it hurts him to rehash it mentally. The Sun reversed, you do pop up into his mind, but the second that you do, he shuts it down, because it reminds him of what he lost, what he missed out on. There's definitely a sense of defeat, a sense of failure here. But hell, if you're not on his mind with this Three of Pentacles. This is almost like some kind of device that he's come up with to try and protect himself emotionally. And that is leading me to think about the last question that we just asked. When we asked if you should reach out to Lulu, and Spirit strongly said yes, which is not, again, I think I already said it, that is not a common, I assumed they were going to say no, because he's ignoring you. That's a very Spirit is usually hey, if he's ignoring you or if she's ignoring you, they're not interested, move on. But that is not what I'm seeing here. He's sad. He's missing you. Again, I don't know how long you were together, what context it was in, but there's something he feels like he missed out, he screwed up, he lost, failed, and he's not processing it well emotionally. So that's leading me to believe that Spirit is likely saying that you should reach out to him, because I think that if you opened up a dialogue with him, I would think that he would be happy to hear from you, so long as you kept it light at first. Don't jump into, because there are things that need to be discussed between the two of you, that are heavy. If I'm not mistaken, he just ghosted you because it was too. And I'm not making excuses for him, but it was too difficult for him to talk about, to want to talk about, to want to rehash. I think that he would be happy to hear from you, and I think that it would likely open up, again, like I said, it would open up a dialogue. Again, it might not result in you guys, walking off into the sunset hand in hand. It might not, but at the very least, it would open up a dialogue and possibly some growth. I don't think he would ignore you if you reached out to him. I don't. I do see him ignoring his thoughts. They come to him, but he shuts them down. The moment they come into his brain, he shuts them down, because he knows that if he starts thinking about you, his mind's going to just, it already does, it already just spins in so many different directions. It's overwhelming, and he got overwhelmed and he just ghosted. Which is not okay. That's not mature. It's not adult behavior. But that's also telling me that he's someone who has a really difficult time processing things, and is likely not very grounded, and may need to be prodded a little, you know. But yeah, the fact that Spirit said that you should reach out to him, and that he's like trying to deny his thoughts about you. I think that if he actually heard, you know, a nice word from you, or just like, hey, just want to see how you're doing, I think he would like that, and I think he would also reciprocate. I don't think he would ignore you. Because he's not happy right now with what happened. He's not happy with the separation. Please go ahead and post your third question, love. Thank you. Yeah, he's not happy with the separation, even though he initiated it. There's definitely feelings of shame. Feelings of shame there. Like he failed you, he failed himself, failed the situation. And I'm sorry he did that to you, love. Fucking sucks being ghosted. And this will be the last question for tonight. Tiffany, please post your third question, love. Thank you. I have somewhere I need to go in a few minutes. Thank you. Tiffany, please post your third question. Thank you. Why is RJ had contact me? He had called me 85 times and stood me up. So why is RJ contacting you? And what's RJ's sign? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why is RJ contacting Tiffany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why has RJ been contacting Tiffany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why has RJ been contacting Tiffany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why has RJ been contacting Tiffany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why has RJ been contacting Tiffany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why has RJ been contacting Tiffany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why has RJ... Sorry. Why has RJ been contacting... Sorry. Been contacting Tiffany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why has RJ been contacting Tiffany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why has RJ been contacting Tiffany? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Why has RJ been contacting Tiffany? The Hermit reversed, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, the Hanged Man, and Four of Wands reversed. Now, he's a Pisces too. He called you 85 times and stood you up. I'm getting the sense that something has happened in his life with another woman. I don't know I don't know like the context with you and him, but with this Four of Wands reversed and the Hanged Man, it's like something has changed in his life and not for the better. And he's like really mentally unhinged with this Hermit reversed card. He still values you with this Queen of Pentacles. He's still holding on to you. I don't want to say as like a possibility, but I get the sense that I don't want to say he's an F-boy, but I do get the sense that he does get a lot of female attention, and I think something went wrong with one of them, and he's like, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think he's blowing up other girls' phones right now, but I don't think this is the first time he's engaged in this behavior. Um, yeah, he's very like super battle weary right now with this Nine of Wands. I feel like he's definitely going through something, if not with a lady, at least something else going on in his life. And he's just super like forceful right now. But in terms of his intent, you mentioned that he stood you. Not, it's not. Um, it he. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, he's being super forceful. You mentioned that he stood you up. I don't feel like he's being super serious. I feel like part of this is playing games. Part of this is he's not like he's mentally all over the place and just mentally unwell. Um, behaving that's really strange behavior, you know. It's not his first. I was gonna say I don't know really what you're saying about. It's okay. It's not his first time. Yeah. This seems like repeated behavior, um, and it might even happen again um, in the future. I don't know if you've been answering his calls. Um, if you want my advice, I would ignore him. His intentions are not good. Um, well, depending on what you're looking for from him, I definitely get Playboy vibes from him, and just a definite lack of emotional maturity there. Um, and again, like even like if you answer, I feel like if you answer his phone calls, he's likely to do it again. And I just don't think he's behaving seriously. I mean, he's not acting like it. Calling you, blowing your phone up 85 times and then standing you up, that's insane behavior. Um, very unstable. Um, but yeah, no. Does he find you attractive? Yes, he does. Um, but I also I'm concerned that there's another woman or other women in his life where things aren't working out, and this is just kind of behavior he engages in. But that is what I'm seeing for you, Miss Tiffany. Thank you very much for your donation. I hope things. I'm curious to see how things end up with Lulu, because things feel. I don't feel like he's playing games there. It's I don't get that sense with Lulu. I get a very sad person, and he's upset about what happened between you guys. Um, but yeah, talking to him could definitely open up some doors here. Well, thank you so much, love. Much love and light to you. Um, and I am going to sign off. Thank you all so much, and I will see you